Alright guys, although it's getting to that time of the year where I get to just wrap everything up and do my favorite earbud of the year video, this specific one is one of my favorites to do. And this is the top 5 true wireless earbuds under $50 video. And really the reason it's my favorite is I do focus a lot on budget earbuds throughout the year. And I honestly just don't think that people have to spend $200 to $300 to get really good sound or to get specific features. And I think the under $50 market is kind of like the sweet spot. They just have a lot to offer. There's a lot of options. And with this list, keep in mind it is my favorites. Obviously everybody else will have their own, which you can definitely put in the comment section. And really the only criteria that I have is I don't ever pick more than one earbud from the same company. And with this specific list, there's some that may have originally retailed for over $50, but basically these are pairs that have been on sale or have stayed under $50 for quite a while. So I'll have links to all of that in the description if you want to see the updated price or if you're interested in checking them out. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into number 5. Now, number 5 on the list is the SoundPEATS Air 3 Deluxe HS. Now, this pair just came out, and it's actually an open ear design earbud with a stem, which usually is not my favorite earbud to go to. But because this one retails at $49 and you can pick it up for $40, there is an absolutely insane amount of value here because it is high-res wireless audio certified because it supports LDAC playback. Now, this is a huge step in budget earbuds. LDAC's one of those codecs that you'd have to have in more expensive earbuds. So I was very surprised to see it on a pair of SoundPEATS, but more specifically on a pair that you can pick up under $50. Now, they are using 14.2 millimeter drivers, which has to be large because it's trying to pump out enough audio to compete with your surroundings. It also has app support, although SoundPEATS app right now I'm gonna say is kind of blah. I think it will get updated over time and give you more features, but it is giving you different EQ options. It's also allowing you to keep your earbuds updated, and it also allows you to switch into a gaming mode, which means this pair is perfect for all types of media and you don't have to worry about lag. Now, again, going back to the sound and using that LDAC support, the sound quality is fantastic, and I've compared these to AirPods, which obviously costs a lot more, and the sound quality in this pair definitely matches it. In fact, I think it sounds better than the regular AirPods, even the AirPods 2 and the AirPods 3, which is Apple's open ear design earbuds. And I think it has a huge amount of value, and that's why I put the SoundPEATS Air 3 Deluxe HS in at number 5. Now, number 4 on the list is one that's been out a little while, but it's been one of those that I still recommend to almost anybody, and that is the Tribit FlyBuds C1. Now, this isn't the Pros like the newer version, but the original C1s, which I still think has so much to offer. They originally do retail for $59, but right now they are $48, and they usually stay under that $50 mark now. But this pair has aptX playback. It also has app support, which is going to give you a bunch of different EQ options. And the battery life on this pair is incredible. You can get 12 hours on a single charge on the earbuds, and with the charging case, you can get up to 50 hours total. So this is one of those you don't have to worry about charging as often. This pair also has really good microphones for phone calls, and with it being a stem style earbud, they are using buttons on the stem instead of using touch controls, which I definitely recommend using over touch controls. It just means you don't have those accidental touches, and you know that when you touch and push that button, it's doing what you need it to do. And then above all of that stuff is the sound quality on this pair, which is really dynamic. It is definitely focused on bringing a lot of bass, bringing a lot of treble. It's not one of those where the bass is destroying everything else, but it is a really bass heavy earbud. So if you're a bass head and you like that impact of bass, but you don't want to lose the details in the mids and the highs, the FlyBuds C1 is an excellent pick, and that's why I put it in at number 4. Now, number 3 on the list is the Soundcore Life P3i, or it's also known as the A3i, just depends on where you're buying it. This pair normally retails for $59, although right now it is $45. When I originally did the video on this, I called these a baby version of the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros, and I still stick to that. It's using Soundcore's app, which is giving you a bunch of different customization options when it comes to the sound, which I do feel like Soundcore's app is one of the better ones out there. The battery life on these, you're getting about 9 hours on a single charge with about 36 hours using the case. And the sound This is giving you Soundcore's sound that's usually on their more higher end earbuds, but in a budget earbud. So you're getting that bass impact that has a lot of space. The treble is very clean. In fact, it has a little sparkle to it, so there's a lot of detail there. Mids sound really good no matter what genre you're listening to. So it is a dynamic sounding earbud, but still sounds really open. And again, that ties into the Liberty 3 Pros and the new Liberty 4s. There's a lot of earbuds that they have that have this sound signature, but usually you're having to spend a little bit more. So again, that's why I put the Soundcore Life P3i or A3i's in at number 3. Now, number 2 on the list really shouldn't be too much of a surprise that you're seeing one coming from this brand because they focus a lot on budget earbuds. And this pair is the EarFun Free 2S. Now, it does normally retail for $55, although right now you can pick them up for $35. And again, this is another pair that has aptX playback. In fact, this pair is IPX7 waterproof. So this is easily one of those you can use at the gym or by the pool or outdoors and not necessarily have to worry that they're gonna get messed up. And this is another pair that has app support, and EarFun is another one that's kind of new to having app support, but with their app, obviously you can keep the earbuds updated. There is a gaming mode that you can switch these into. So again, this is another pair that you can use for watching movies, videos, and even gaming. They do have some pre-built EQ options within the app, although I do like the way that these sound out of the box. This pair also supports wireless charging, so you can just drop this one on any wireless charger and charge them that way. And again, just like pretty much any pair that I ever pick on my list, it still goes back to the sound quality. And EarFun has definitely been able to deliver when it comes to sound, basically from the first pair that they've released. It is a bass-heavy sound here. They do focus a lot though on the treble. It is one of those that can get fairly bright, which again is a good offset for that really thick punchy bass. The bass on these though does have a little bit more of a tighter impact, so it doesn't have that loose like subwoofer type feel. So although it's not balanced by any means, it just sounds a little bit more refined, especially for a pair that's in the under $50 range. So that again is why I feel like these are an excellent value, and I put them in at number 2. Now moving over to number 1 on the list. Now this one shouldn't be a surprise if you've watched some of my videos lately, and that pair is the DoBuds One. Now this one does normally retail for $49, although right now you can pick it up for $40. And this one has made several of my list. In fact, it's just really surprised me what all this pair has to offer. And it really, to me, seems like a pair that's mimicking a lot of what Soundcore does. The packaging reminded me of Soundcore, the presentation of the earbuds themselves, the ear tips even have the same kind of color scheme, and it just mimics a lot of what Soundcore has to offer. In fact, this pair does work with an app. The app even has EQ options that look a lot like Soundcore's EQ options. And this pair is also using an interesting dual driver setup. It's using a 12mm diamond-like carbon dynamic driver mixed with a balanced armature driver. And essentially what this is doing is giving you really punchy bass. In fact, this is a very fun earbud to listen to because of the low end. But it's also giving you a very bright and clean treble. It is a very detailed earbud while also allowing you to feel that impact of bass. And just like Soundcore products, there is a lot of space in the bass, so it's not like right there just muddying up your sound. And I just really enjoyed listening to this pair across all genres. And some other important things is I also found the noise canceling on this pair to be very good. Not only was it blocking out lower tones, but it was also doing a decent job of blocking out people talking. And that's, again, something you usually find in more expensive earbuds. And so really it still, to me, comes back to the sound, but getting that noise canceling is an added bonus. But this one right now, in my opinion, is the best earbud that you can get under $50, and that's why I put it in at number 1. But guys, that wraps up my video. There's no honorable mentions here. I wanted to specifically focus on 5 that I thought were the best. Again, if you are interested, I will have links to these in the description. But do always keep this in mind. This is something I just want to throw in the end. I know you see Sony and Bose and Apple and Beats and all of these companies marketed. You find them in stores. It's the ones that most people know about. But if you do dig a little bit and you look at some of the brands that you're not familiar with or start watching videos on some of these other ones, You'll be really surprised at how well these match up to all of those more expensive ones that you do know about. So you might want to save yourself some money, or maybe even have a backup pair so you don't mess up your more expensive ones. And any of these on this list, I highly recommend. But guys, that's my video on the top 5 budget true wireless earbuds under 50 bucks. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.